All right, so I actually have an update. Went yesterday for a long time and was looking for the team to build, and I got some people. So I have a few people who actually I'll be working with. So I found a channel strategist, which is a person who helps with scripts, with strategies, and how the whole thing is going to work and operate. So that's interesting. I didn't know this job existed before. Then I found an editor who's going to be editing the videos, and I found a thumbnail designer. So they seem okay. I know nothing about thumbnails. I know nothing about video editing. So, but I got somebody, right? So I can start the process and I can start moving forward. This weekend actually, we're going to be filming the first video. I'm going to be filming the first video, which is interesting and I'm very excited about it. So the video is going to be about the artist, one of the artists I'm working with. And it's an indie artist, and we used my marketplace influencer platform to get him to go viral. The thing about it, I thought it would be really cool to document the whole thing and just basically talk about it and be like, hey, this is what we did, this is what the platform could do, it's interesting, it's fun, and it's just, creative because we're trying to come up with a viral trend. The thing is, like, we have to go backwards now because the contest, this challenge is already going on, it's already been happening, so I kind of have to go backwards and recreate a lot of things, so I have to improvise a lot. The tough thing about it is just I have never filmed the videos like that because it's going to be semi-production, I guess, because it's going to be multiple moving pieces and multiple moving parts. That's the idea I came up with. And so I have to learn that part. Another thing is I've learned something interesting, that there's a thing called story beats, which is I didn't even know existed. So story beats is something that you basically come up with how the story of the YouTube video is gonna flow. I never thought about, never came to my mind ever. And maybe it's stupid, maybe I'm stupid, but it's just like I never thought about it. I never thought it's even people even doing that. It kind of makes sense why people doing this. So story beats, it's not really a script, right? It's about how the story is gonna go. So you start the artist, you start this, you do this, you're going this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, and until the end. So then you look at the story beats and apparently you film around them, right? So this is what I'm gonna try to do. I'm also thinking of using my coworker, the guy who I'm working with. His name is Christian. So I'm thinking of using him in the videos because I'm a little nervous to be in a salon and I don't think I can pull it off. So we're gonna do semi challenge kind of thing in this video. So it's gonna be like, I'm gonna say, hey, we can do that, and he's gonna say, no, you can't, and then it's basically becoming the whole challenge. And I'll share with you guys what we came up with and how the whole video turned out. We're filming this weekend, so I'm very excited about it. I'm also starting to get into rabbit holes of gear, of script writing, of understanding the whole thing, and just making what does it take to make a YouTube channel, right? So that's what I'm kind of thinking about now. Another thing that is really interesting is how you come up with the whole concept, right? So I don't know yet how people do research. It's just the first video that popped up in my head. I'm like, hey, something's happening here, so maybe we can use that and maybe we can create into something, since I work with artists. And the artists agree, so which is cool. But overall, I'm not sure yet how people come up with ideas. I'm not sure yet how people come up with something that's going to take off or not going to take off. Like, is it luck? Is it just like they're trying different things? How many videos actually shoot up? But I'm on the first one, so we're going to film that. I'm going to definitely keep you posted on that. Yesterday's been very interesting. So how did I find the team, right? So that's another probably question that you guys asking yourself. So I went on Fiverr. So that was the first thing that I went to. That's where I found my thumbnail designer. And there's a lot, right? So they all showing you like great pictures and showing you great thumbnails. So I found one that agreed to do it for relatively cheap. So we're gonna try that. And then the video editor, I found him, I was just browsing YouTube and I found somebody who was talking about him. He's like, hey, I'm video editor, this is how I edit, this is how I do stuff. So I basically DM'd him on IG, so he came back and he was like, hey, I'm interested. So he's going to be working with that, with the edit. And then I got the person who I talked to who's going to be the, channel strategist, right? So his job is to come up with a strategy. Actually, the editor connected me with him and said, hey, he does a good job, so you guys should talk. So I talked to him and he seemed very interesting. he seemed very interested in the work, so we talked, and we came up with a few ideas and came up with the overall arching of what it's going to be. So we're trying this out, testing these things out. So how much do I pay people, right? So how much is actually the whole thing going to cost me, right now? So I'm going to be paying $20 for the thumbnail, which is not bad. I'm going to pay $250 for the video edit, which is not bad either. And then the strategist, I have no idea yet. So he said, let me show you what I can do. If it's for you, let me test it out. I'll show you what I'm capable of. If you like it, we'll figure it out and work together. So I said, okay, cool, that's good. Good guy. I'm not gonna say names of the people on this channel, and the reason why is because if somebody fails, or if somebody quits, or if somebody rubs me the wrong way, I don't want their reputation to be out there saying stuff. So I'm not gonna bring up names, but you can do your own research. You can find your own people. It doesn't seem that difficult to find people. First of all, there's a lot of people available, and there's a lot of people who are willing to work and able to work. So the question now becomes how good it's gonna be, how professional it's gonna be, and what we're gonna be able to achieve. I'll keep you posted. So tomorrow, our first filming day, I think we're gonna be able to knock it out in one day. Few hours probably. I don't think it's going to be that complicated, so we'll see and find out. I'm going to check in back tomorrow, and hopefully you're enjoying it. And if you're curious about who I hired, you can always send me a message and I'll reply to you. I'll send you people directly. All right, well, I'll talk to you soon, and have a great Friday.